Hey guys, Prepare Mentality here. I wanted to get this video out really quick before the election results. It's been a crazy week of helping individuals and families get ready in their preparedness for election day and the days to come after election day. I believe no matter what happens, there's going to be some type of response. There's going to be some type of emergency, something that we have to get ready for. And I think there's going to be some type of interruption in our normal life. So the goal here at Prepare Mentality is to make sure that we are safe, make sure our family is safe, and that we're not out there going to get, things late. But if you haven't got all of your preparations ready, which you should have, but this video is for you guys who haven't got their preparations ready, the last minute preparations, last thoughts, last things that you guys can get really quick. We still have a few hours before the results, and things get chaotic in the world. So that's been a main theme of people contacting me, messaging me. What are some things that I can do last minute because I'm not ready, I'm not prepared, but I see the writing on the wall. So I just gathered some thoughts. I gathered some notes here of things I would do personally if I was late to the party. So just to help you guys out really quick, we all know 911 is going to be slow than normal, and they're going to have a late response. For example, this past week, there was a medical emergency in a building I was at. I was on first at the scene. It took at least 20 minutes for a medical response for EMTs and paramedics to get to us. So, and that's in normal times. When 911 is overwhelmed, that response time is a lot higher. And so we have to be ready to make sure that we are prepared to take care of medical issues, make sure, safety is in the forefront of our minds to respond to these things. So we all know 911 is going to be slowed down. So let's get ready for that. Food and water. If you don't have food and water, that should be the first thing. Again, we don't want to be out there when the chaos erupts. So again, we have a few hours before, the election results and things get chaotic to go out to the store, get what we need, come back home and just hunker in. But food and water, make sure you have enough food and water for at least a week or two, because we just don't know if stores are going to be open. I know a lot of stores have boarded up their windows and doors. I know a lot of stores that are closing early on election day. So again, go get what you need, canned goods, dry foods, juices, water, things that you guys normally eat on a normal basis, but also things that can last you a while if you can't get to a store or if stores are not open. Again, medical gear. Check your medical preps, expiration dates. Check your medical preps in your go bags, your get home bags. Check all your medical supplies. Make sure you have, the bandages, the Band-Aids. Even with the cold and flu season, make sure you have medical preps for that. If you don't have it, again, go to the store, go to the pharmacy, grab it real quick, come back home, hunker in. Check your emergency bags. You should be all set with your emergency bag. Your emergency bag should be good to go at this point if you've been watching me. But if it hasn't, check your emergency bag. Make sure you have all important documents in there just in case you need to go and leave your current location. Make sure that everything is up to date. Again, that counts for any snacks or food that are in your bags. Make sure you have an extra set of clothing for overnight stays, hygiene supplies, feminine products for my women out there. And again, anything, batteries, check your batteries in your go bags. But again, check your emergency bag. Make sure you have all essential items in case you need to go to a secondary location. And as far as secondary locations is concerned, make sure that you have different routes to get there. Make sure that your secondary location is clear, whether that is at a family member's house or it's in another state, or you're just traveling up the road and you're stopping somewhere, make sure you have a map. Make sure you have a map to your secondary location, just in case, there is no communication. Maps are very good. And as far as maps, if you're hunkering in, make sure you have a area map of your current location, to show, backyards, fields, rivers, ponds, any recreational centers around you, any department stores around you. Just for security reasons, you need to have some type of map to make sure you know the area in which you live, and you know the things that are close to you, surrounding you, for safety measures. Again, fire extinguishers, very important. I see a common theme in, the aftermath of many events now is fire. Fire is the number one cause of a lot of the destruction of buildings and all that. So if you don't have a fire extinguisher, go out, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, go get a fire extinguisher. And also check your fire alarms. This is especially good if you live in a bigger house and it takes you a little time to get to the other end of the house, or the basement or the attic. Check those fire alarms, because that's the last thing you need when a 911 response is going to be longer than normal, is a fire. Check all your battery powered objects. Anything that's battery powered, your flashlights, your radios, anything that needs to be charged up. Make sure you get extra batteries. Make sure there's fresh batteries in these things. Make sure that your radios are charged. Make sure that all your appliances that need to be charged up, make sure they're charged. Because again, we don't know if power is going to go out. Anything could happen during this time. So we better be prepared for it, and ready, than not ready and prepared at all. Again, with your radios, if you have ham radios, or if you have radios that can get a frequency, it's always good to make sure that you are set up to monitor your local public emergency response systems, for the 911 calls, police, fire, EMS, just to give you a sense of security and know what's going on in your area, in your local town, your local city, just to give you a heads up. These things can be very important, just in case, if you hear, there's a disturbance somewhere near you, or there's a crowd headed your way, you can be up on the information and know it ahead of time, so that you and your family are prepared to make a decision, evacuate, relocate, do what you need to do to get ready for that event. Another important thing is to fill up your vehicles. Make sure that all your vehicles are topped off. Again, if you need to relocate, if an emergency happens in your current location and you need to up and leave and move your family or yourself, fill up your vehicles. Another thing with your vehicles, remove all decals or any signs or anything that can give you a way of how many people in your family, your political, what political side you're on. If you like any, football teams, take all that stuff off your vehicle just for safety reasons. It can just be something, a simple decal can trigger somebody, and it can cause unwanted attention to yourself and your family. So take off all decals, all stickers on your vehicle. It doesn't matter if they've been on there forever, take them off. This is a critical time. It's a safety precaution. And a lot of people don't realize I can get a lot of information just from what's in the back of your vehicle with decals. That's just anybody who's trained or anybody who wants to do harm to you can get a lot of information off of your decals. So that's just an important note. If you have a generator, if you have a large home, check your generator, check, the filters, check, the gas for the generator, make sure it works. Because again, we don't know if power is going to go out. An emergency could happen. There can be a car that rams into the electrical power source, or the power line goes down, an accident happens. We just don't know. So when I say, things can happen that are out of our control, like electricity, power shutting down, water utilities shutting off. This is why we need water for every person in your family. Again, we just don't know. Last but not least, make sure you have small bills in cash. We don't know if the banks will be running. We don't know if we'll be able to use ATMs. So a lot of times people will accept small bills in cash on hand because, again, we don't know if we'll be able to use our credit cards, debit cards, all that stuff with electronics. So again, guys, these are just some things that I thought of really quick to help you for a last minute preparation and response. And this is for any event, not just election night or the days after election. This is for any last minute emergency response. These things take the forefront. And again, if you have all of your firearms and ammunition, again, that should be, put away and set up. But again, for those who can't do that, again, make sure that your safety is first, and make sure that your health is first, and that everybody is safe, you and your family. But I think that wraps it up. Again, I just want to do a quick video before election night, and you still have some time to go out there to the store before they close down. But again, I hope you guys are safe out there, the PM Tribe. Stay vigilant, stay strong. Your awareness needs to be up. Your situational awareness needs to be up around this time in the months to come. And be careful where you go. Stay out of the major cities. Stay out of populated areas. If you see a crowd, turn around. We don't want to put ourselves in unnecessary situations or, bring attention to ourselves, unwanted attention. So again, think about these things, go over this stuff with your family, with your friends, people who are close to you. Make sure, your plans are set aside and you're ready to go for what's to come. So again, guys, be safe, be healthy, stay blessed. This is Prepare Mentality.